The 10% rule. In this video, I'm going to be telling you why it's so important to save at least 10% of all income that you make. I've heard this philosophy from a lot of different people. One of them was my mentor. His name is Matthew David Hurtado. Another is from a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. And so basically, when I heard it from Matthew, he also talked about the concept of tithing. In the Bible, it always talks about, in Malachi, there's a man named Melchizedek. And it basically was talking about giving 10% to God, or wherever you receive your spiritual nourishment from. Give 10% to you, your storehouse, and give 10%, to your investments and things like that. It's up to you how you want to do that, but at least give 10% to yourself. The psychology of it, from my understanding, is that when you put 10% away for yourself from all the money that you make, one, you give yourself the opportunity to realize that you can live on 90%. Most people can't even feel like they can live on 100% of their money. So they're imagining, how can I live on 90% when I can't even live on 100? But when you put 10% away into a savings account, you start realizing that you can live on 90%. You may have to look at certain things that you buy. You have to look at your needs and you have to look at your wants. And if your wants are taking up some of the things that you need, you're gonna have to give away some of your wants. Maybe you have to get rid of Netflix. Maybe you can lower down your phone bill. Maybe you can pay off a phone or sell a phone. Or you can sell some of the useless things that you have in your house, some of the shoes that you haven't worn, some of the clothes that you haven't worn. Or even if it's just something that you're still using but it's just a want and it's not a need, get your priorities straight. Figure out how you can get more money into your pocket. Because we're giving all this money to all these different corporations, but these corporations are not going to care about us. We need to invest into ourselves, and not just financially, but also with knowledge. Knowledge is power. We need to have a understanding of who we are and what makes us feel good and what makes us tick and what's good for us. Are we getting enough sleep? Are we eating the right foods? Are we drinking enough water? Those things are things that matter as well. But we're talking about 10% and why it's beneficial to save the 10% to yourself. Seeing that account grow is also going to help you feel like you have money. It's going to make you see that you have money physically. See, you can budget and you can just think that I have $3,000, so I can spend, $300 on this, blah, blah, blah. And I can have this, and that. But humans are not that smart. I'll just say it like that. We need to write things down. We need to have a logical system that we can follow, something that we can do over and over and over and over and over. Because if we just go by how we feel and how we think that things will go, you'll just never know. You'll just never know what's going to happen. But when you always put 10% down, it's building this discipline within you. It's building this good habit of savings. You want to have that good habit of savings and be able to just always put money aside. And then after you do that, you want to start being able to see where all your other money is going. But if you at least put the 10% away, at least 10% is going right here. And if you put that 10%, okay, bird. The bird is trying to save 10% too. They got seeds and putting all kinds of stuff in their nest. But once you start putting that, okay, Twitter, geez Louise. No, when you put that 10% into a bank account, goodness gracious. And so when you put that 10%, you can put it into a savings account. You can put it into one that you don't touch, but that's up to you. You can have it so where you can move it around, but you still just want to keep that money in a place where you do not take it out and spend it. You can invest it, but really, I don't even think you should get into investing until you have at least $10,000 saved up. But my goal on this channel, one of the first goals that we have on this channel, is to save $1,000. So if you're part of the Why Not Money community, if you're subscribing, you're going to see me continue to build, continue to grow, and continue to increase this bank account. So I have a Marcus by Goldman and Sachs bank account, and it has a 4.4 annual percentage yield. So what that means is that, say you put in $100. By the end of that year, your bank account will increase to $104. So you gain $4. Same thing if you had $1,000. That $1,000 would turn into $140. Okay, and it keeps on going up the more money that you have. And this is the amazing thing about annual like interest that the bank gives to you, and also compound interest. The more that you have that money in there, and year after year you increase the money that you put in there, but also the money's increasing by itself by being in there, you have this compounding effect that you'll be able to earn and save more money way faster than if you were just to do it in a normal bank account. This is why people invest into stocks, and this is why people, have other ways that they increase their income. But I want to show you guys my account right now. Every time I get paid, I'm putting in 10%. So our first goal is to hit $1,000. I think right now I have $297 in this account. I wanted to start from zero so you guys can see, but I've been doing things in the background, other avenues and other ways to make money, so that I can make content for this channel so it won't be boring, and I can go ahead and make content in advance, because trying to make content day by day gets a little tiring. But I already made a bunch of content for you guys, and now I'm just making videos so we can just week by week put things out. But by August 2025, our goal is to hit 10,000. But I don't have any like short-term goal to hit 1,000, because I know we're gonna hit that soon. So just stay tuned. But I hope that you guys are following with me and you're saving just as well. So even if you're making $200 a week or $200 every 2 weeks, go ahead and save that $20 and put it somewhere. And use my links below. Open up a Markets by Goldman and Sachs account and start putting in that savings account where you can earn interest every year. Because the younger you are and the longer you save, and especially if you're doing compound interest, dude, girl, you're gonna be having so much money by the time you're my age, or 50, 60, you know what I'm saying? These are things that you need to plan for as your future. So that way you may struggle a little bit now, or you may not have as much fun as you will right now, but you will definitely reap the rewards later. Especially when you want to have a family and you want to have children and you just want to experience things. You don't want to just have a little bit of fun now and then be struggling for the rest of your life from like 30 to 70 years old. You want to have, a little bit of fun now, and then by 30 to 70, you're having a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? You're having the most fun, the time of your life. And tomorrow's not promised, but if you start being disciplined and you start taking care of yourself and investing into yourself, getting enough sleep, exercising, eating the right foods, spending time with the right people, then you probably will live a long life, and you'll live, a clean life, a happy life, a righteous life. So that's all I have to say in this video. But I hope you guys click this one. So we're going to be talking about the goals that we have on this channel and the reasons why you should save $10,000.